So this is my 30-gallon tank, and I've run into a diatom issue as usual. My last tank used to have like a diatom issue for probably 1 to 3 months or so, and that was a really annoying part of the ugly phase. So in this video, I'm going to be trying to kill out the diatom phase in about a month or so, which is, I think that'll be a good achievement. So what I'll be starting to use is I'll be using Phosguard, and that should keep my diatom algae down, and we'll see how that goes. If nothing seems to be happening, then I'll try some other techniques, and yeah, so this is my journey of getting a clean saltwater tank. It's 1 week after using Phosguard. As you can see, there's a lot of diatoms on the substrate. What I've noticed is Phosguard is inhibiting the growth of diatom algae. As you can see, there's less and less growth, especially on the top rock right here. There's much less growth on there, and it seems to be working well. We're here in the 3rd week, and there seems to be a new growth of algae, but actually it seems like the algae is starting to recede and there's another form of algae taking away from it. Also, I added a conch because, the sand was just getting too dirty and it was just too unbearable to watch. As you can see, conch is working well. I highly recommend it. It pretty much cleaned my sand in probably 2 or 3 days, so it's a very good cleanup crew. I'd only recommend if you have like a 50-gallon or higher, and I do have a 75-gallon that it usually stays at, but it lives in the 30-gallon for now. And also on the rocks, you can see that there's another algae trying to take over, and there's a lot of recession of the algae, so looks like the Phosguard is working well. What I've noticed about the Phosguard for the past 3 weeks is that it doesn't really eliminate the algae in my experience. Well, this is my first experience, but you get the idea. But yeah, it's not really eliminating the algae, but it is inhibiting the growth. So whenever when I clean the glass just to check how potent it was, the algae just never came back. Like usually you'd clean the glass and then a day later, like you'd see some algae creeping back up, but when I clean the glass, there's no algae coming back, and it's honestly really refreshing. When I also added the conch, the algae never came, and it's still very clean, very white. Obviously, there's a little bit that he didn't get, but you can't blame him. So yeah, it seems like a really good product. It didn't really do as much as I wanted it to, but I'm gonna take that as a positive because, we can't have like results that go too quickly, like it always has to be like a slow progression of stuff. So nothing good happens quickly in a reef tank, right? So yeah. Alrighty, so we're at week 4. The tank looks so much better now, and it was definitely much better than my first try on my nano tank where diatoms were just staying there for like 3 months or so. It was crazy. The Seachem Phosguard has made really good results. As you can see, the algae on the rock is receding. It's like I didn't even have to clean the glass also because I only cleaned it once so you can see inside the tank, and then surprisingly I just never had to clean it again. So that in and of itself is a win. So you're wondering about the macroalgae, I just added it to the tank because I got a new shipment and I didn't want my Scopus tank to eat all of it, so this was the only place I can put it. It didn't really have that much of a difference because I just added it. It did take a long time though because it was a month-long progression, but I'm still okay with that because as long as I don't see the algae on the glass or it just makes me repulsed to even look at the tank, that makes me happy. Like at least it's bearable to look at, So yeah, I really like this product. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. Just because that you have to replace it every 4 days. Remember that. This thing does deplete quickly, and it does deplete rapidly, so make sure you're cleaning it, just changing it out every 4 days. So yeah, that's the only negative, I guess, to this, that you just have to, keep replacing it. But other than that, I'm okay with that. I'll definitely do that in order for my tank to look good, and it's only $10, so it'll last me a long time. Cause you don't really need that much to like begin with to use. So yeah, I really like this product, and thank you for watching.